Boruto canon is back.
Oh, nice.
Boruto manga canon has come back. We're 2 weeks into the code arc. Ask me how it is.
How is it?
Not fucking good. That's
Okay.
how. Yeah, it's tough.
Jesus.
Because I was just in Japan chatting.
Oh, were you?
I was.
Wow, you never talk about it.
Did I not yet?
No,
okay,
no.
well, that's weird because I feel like that's something I would bring up.
Yeah.
So I was just in Japan talking with Viz and Sueisha and, all the people who make Boruto and Naruto. And I was acting as the American liaison, the kind of, finger on the pulse of the American crowd, what everyone's looking for.
That's right, you've got big news.
I do have big-ish news.
You have news.
Things that I can legally tell everybody. So getting into my trip in Japan, I was just dicking around first couple of days with my tattoo artist, and then we got back to Tokyo after going to Osaka and Kyoto. And I had to do a little presentation at Viz and Sueisha separately. They're different entities. And so I was kind of just telling them like what the American audience, like positives, cons, what we expect from the future, like timeline stuff, all that. And got a little bit of news about Boruto, nothing crazy. I mean, I got a lot of news about Boruto, but I can only tell you so much. But basically, what I told them was I was like, nobody really understands why the manga is monthly and the anime is weekly. That doesn't make sense to anyone. Mm-hmm. That's just going to make for so much filler.
Terrible idea.
We don't really believe in anime canon. Anime canon is still viewed as filler in the American audience, which makes sense because it fucking is.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't matter how much anime canon stuff you shove in. Like, nobody from anime canon has shown up in manga canon episodes yet.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's all canon. Like, it's all happening. It's like this added a samurai girl to the story, and like she's anime canon, but she's not showing up in the code arc. Right. She won't show up in the code arc. It's not gonna happen. So I told them anime canon is just viewed as filler. And that everybody's looking forward to the time skip, and that also I brought up this. I was there to talk about Naruto Top 99 as well, and I was saying that Minato, everybody was hoping for Minato to win. The audience, some people were okay with Sakura winning, but the majority of people in America want Minato to win. And if they get Minato, they want Minato's short manga to parlay into a longer story, Minato the previous generations. Right. Which, my big news is, one, let's just say I have a tattoo of the person who won Naruto Top 99. And the manga.
You have to stop making your tattoos news.
What do you I just there's
I just feel like every segment is a plug for your tattoos.
I have 3 Naruto tattoos, all right? One is Tsunade, one is Sasuke, and one is Minato.
Right. So Sakura won?
One of my tattoos won Naruto Top 99.
Gotcha.
It's not coming out until April, I think. Like
Naruto, that's a thing where fans vote,
worldwide popularity contest, everybody in the world.
It's interesting then to be like, people want this person to win.
Yeah.
As if that wouldn't be reflected in the voting.
Well,
you know what I mean?
People were like, "Oh, the One Piece community is
sabotaging." Yeah,
so stupid. They're like, "The One Piece community is voting for Sakura," and it's like, no, just Central and South America love Sakura.
Yeah,
like that's like if you look at like the bi-region, Central and South America like have voted. She's number one,
right?
And she's also very popular in Japan. And while she's not popular in America, she's popular in a lot of places.
That's so interesting. Guilty Gear is like that, where like they'll put out polls of like who new DLC characters should be, and they'll put out polls like region character specific, so they'll be like Baiken was most voted in like Japan and this place.
Are you a Guilty Gear guy?
Love Guilty Gear.
It's a big surprise.
Love fighting games, and it's an anime thing, so I'm technically not cheating by
I tried Guilty Gear Strive, and I was playing the story mode, and I was like, I have no idea what's going on.
That's a movie. Don't play the story mode. Play the game.
There was nothing.
There's no gameplay in it.
There's no
genuinely,
gameplay.
I'm not dramatic.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll put out like regional polls, and like different countries will have different characters winning, and so that's very interesting. That's what I was there to talk about. Naruto Top 99 talked about. Well, I was consulted on what I would like to see out of the Minato story. I said I would like to either see him in the Third Great Shinobi World War, or like kind of like his lead up to becoming the Yellow Flash, like learning things like Flying Raijin. And they were both very receptive and possibly leaning towards those directions. And I brought up the idea of a Minato previous generations, and they said they know about it, and they definitely are looking into those avenues. Nice.
So Boruto, we all know the time skip is coming because it's basically being hinted at in the manga right now. The next chapter is probably going to be the last chapter before the time skip. The first 2 episodes of the manga canon stuff, it's just like I've been watching Blue Lock and I've been watching Vinland Saga and I've been watching like Buddy Daddies and just like shows with really good animation. Yeah. And like I think the show, like the mark of a show with really good animation is that like when they're talking, they're moving or they're doing something or they're like adjusting. Yeah. In Boruto, it's just they sit there,
lip flaps.
Yeah, it's just and their character doesn't move at all, and they just sit there and like the camera will pan or something like that. But like it's just the character standing still talking. There's no movement. There's nothing going on, and I'm like I can tell the animation budget is low. And while there isn't like crazy, there's no 7 deadly sins moments where I'm like this is disgustingly bad. Like you can tell the effort isn't there. And it's even weirder when you consider the fact that 1,000 Year Blood War arc and Boruto are done by the same studio.
Well, I think, is 1,000 Year Blood War arc weekly anime? Or is it a season?
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
12 episodes,
yeah, I don't think it's like, it's budget for sure.
This was also
but I
something
think
that I brought up. People want Boruto to be seasonal.
Yeah, it comes out every week. And when you got to do that, like, of course shit's going to be like cut. But that's ridiculous. Like, stop making weekly anime. And the thing is,
there's no reason. There's no reason to make it weekly. Yeah. Because there's no manga. Like the problem that they're running into currently is that the Boruto manga isn't making enough content for the Boruto anime to keep up. Right. So if it was seasonal, not only could the manga continue to be monthly, the animation could be better, and like also seasonal is just better. Like it's like the hype builds up. But the thing is, Boruto cashes a check for them every single week. Like they were showing me the numbers of like watches in Japan, and it was still doing very well in Japan. That's the problem. So it's still catching a check for them every single week. Yeah. So that's my issue. So it's just I'm happy that Boruto manga canon stuff is back, but like when it's stacked up against things like Wano and stacked up against things like Blue Lock and just everything else is going on right now, it's just so hard to get into it, even as somebody who's an avid fan of the content. Right. It's tough.
No, that is tough, and like. It sucks because it's literally like money versus creativity at that point. Mm-hmm. Like they do it because it makes some money, but it's like burning out the like. And now when Boruto finishes, it's gonna have the same deal with Naruto, where people are like, "Oh, I don't really want to get into it. There's 1,000 episodes," and then people are like, "Well, no, just like don't watch the filler," and people are like, "Ah, it's too much work," and so it's like you're hurting.
Boruto could be currently as it stands like 65 episodes. And it's closing in on 300.
Yeah. That's unbelievable.
And it's just, I think they're doing it right now for the short game, but the long game, like the rewatchability of shows like Hunter x Hunter, and I guess Gintama's not a really good example, but like the rewatchability of shows like Hunter x Hunter and Steins Gate and other like really good stories that, and Black Clover, Death Note, like shows that had no filler. Yeah. And it's like that you have to consider 10, 20 years down the line. Like when my kids are going to be watching Naruto or Boruto, like I don't want to have to tell them like, hey, listen, like don't be intimidated by this show that could be MHA, you know, like MHA has 120 or so episodes right now. And like, and it's condensed, it's compact, and like, sure, the manga's being rushed, and that's kind of an issue, but like,
is it? What's that about?
The manga being, okay.
Oh boy.
Complete other barrel of fish.